going to be kind of, as our final topic, this is going to kind of be a little bit off the wall when the people might not be expecting. This actually was announced several weeks ago, and I've been having it on the docket almost every week until we had time to get to it. Now we do. So Infinity Studios has showcased a figure. Infinity Studios, who some people may not be acquainted with, essentially they usually make statues. They usually make half scale, I think quarter scale, and I'm not sure, but they make a lot of half scale. They make a lot of Lord of the Rings. They make busts. They made like a 1-to-1 Hathaway bust, Joker, some other stuff. Really, really good shit. Like really, really good. High end, really, but really good. Well, now they've announced this Pacific Rim figure that they've teased, and Infinity Studios is no joke. They make really high quality stuff. And what if they enter 1/6, Riley? Because this is an articulated Pacific Rim figure. Again, this might be more for the market over in Asia than it is for us. That would just be my speculation based on what people have said to me, that the Asian market tends to like sort of robot, mech warrior type things, whereas the US to a degree, but not as much of a cultural thing here as it is there. Right. So what happens, Riley, if Infinity Studios enters 1/6 and they start tackling things that we do really care about? Maybe they start tackling Terminator, or maybe they go after, some of the lines we have seen from other companies like DC, right? But maybe they're making different DC stuff. I don't know. Riley, what do you think? What happens if Infinity Studios, what if we have another major player enter 1/6? How do you think that changes the landscape?
I mean, I think the most obvious thing is going to be competition. I think that's exactly what's happening. Obviously, we just keep talking about with NR and Hot Toys. As soon as NR jumped into the game, a lot of people will say Hot Toys, they don't care about NR or whatever they do. But I disagree. I think that some of the stuff that they actually decide to do is based off competition with other companies. I think they want to make sure to show themselves, like we talk about them being the kings of 1/6, and I think that's a lot of companies want to do. You want to be the best in the competition with other companies. So I'd say if Infinity Studios enters 1/6, that would be pretty exciting. I mean, like we talked about, regardless of InArt or Hot Toys, when we look at premium 6-scale brands, there's really not much out there. When you maybe third party, but I mean, you wouldn't look at that as a premium brand. But I'd say I would be all for it. I hope they do. It's interesting to see this. And even like, it looks like a robotic figure. What if they made an Iron Man? I don't know. If they can make it look cooler than Hot Toys, we'll have to wait and see if they ever did that. But that, like you said, they've produced great stuff. I've heard of this company, Infinity Studios. They make statues too, right? That's what they're
statues mostly. Yeah. This is exactly a new thing for them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like we talked about with J&D. I mean, they make statues too. They've showed interest into 1/6 scale, but we haven't seen anything of that. But I think it's super important. And even with InArt, maybe it'll bring some smoke to them. They'll be like, okay, we need to start stepping up, because like a lot of people have been saying, InArt has been very quiet. They've been very slow at the moment. It's been very stale. So maybe if we get companies like this jumping in, they might be like, okay, we need to drop some heat right now and make some good stuff. So I'm for it. I think it brings more competition. And yeah, I'd be excited to see Infinity Studios jump into 1/6. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes it can backfire, Riley, but more competition generally is a good thing for consumers, right? So for the companies, it's not always as good because they're forced to evolve and improve their product. But for a consumer, we have more options and generally, in theory, a better product. We'll see though. But I'm excited, dude. I have no interest in this figure whatsoever. But if Infinity were to do figures that I were interested in, then I would definitely pay attention, because I don't own one of their statues, but I have seen a lot of collectors who own their statues and in hand, and they look great. So very excited to see what they do with 1/6. I mean, I just want to see more. So
I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, it's cool to see statue companies jump into 6 scale, because I mean, obviously knowing you're into statues, they put so much amounts of detail into it. I mean, we look at Queen Studios before InArt, they were just a statue company who was making statue pieces, busts, and now jumping into 6 scale. We're seeing some of the best prototypes we've seen in a 6 scale form. So it'd be interesting to see what Infinity can produce.
No doubt, bro. I'm excited. And I think I'm excited to see more from them. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on that one. Infinity. I want to see Infinity jump in, bro. I want to see them do some 1/6. Riley, we got a super chat, I think. Carlos had thrown one in.
Who?
Oh, yeah, 199. Carlos said, Will, show us your nipple. Bro, that super chat is way too low money for me to do that.
It needs a 50 at least.
Yeah, at least, dude, it's got to be $199. That's the price to see the nip. Because, dude, it's not just
like the foot. You showed the foot on stream. I remember.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. The nip is like the next couple levels up.
That's the next step.
Like, I'll show the nip, but I'm not above showing the nip, but it's got to be for the right price. Like, I'm not going to be a hoe for nothing. Like,
well said.
Yeah, like, I mean, you got to make it worth my while, bro. So
no printer. All
Yeah, exactly.
facts.
No printer on that one. So, yeah, bro. So, by the way, Carlos, he had mentioned something on Riley. If you saw this, mentioned Will spends money on getting girls to come over so he can ditch them at the beach. So that's not exactly how it happened. And
Damn,
that is
that's true.
that is
It is what
a kind
happened.
of the roundabout way of what happened, but that's a story. It's a story I could tell if people want to hear it. But no, she was. Someone asked Joker J, was she ugly? No, she was a really nice girl, and she was not ugly.
But you ditched her.
Not really. Like, no, not really. That's an oversimplification, Riley.
Oh my god.
Oversimplification. But I did leave her there. Not really
You
leave
left
her.
her.
I was in the car while she was walking on the beach, and I sat in the car. But I didn't leave the premises. I was there, but we were just not together.
You semi ditched her, I
Yeah,
guess.
semi. We'll call it semi. But she's really nice. She's super nice. So anyway,